Araffath Muhuure began his career as a sound engineer in the early 2000s, playing several musical instruments during Sunday services at Jesus Center Family Church in Windhoek. Throughout his career, Muhuure helped to shape the sound of Namibian music and has produced albums for some of the big names in the industry, including Dinaf, Tequila, PDK, Jericho, and singer Tateboti and the late Tunaki. His death sent shockwaves throughout the music industry, with many artists and industry professionals expressing their condolences on social media. Fellow artists and friends describe Muhuure, who owned 777 Studios, as one of the pioneers in the music industry, always pushing the boundaries and never afraid to take risks.
I remember him definitely from the first album, which is a Shawana dedicated to my mother. After the departure of my mom, I came to him. At that time, he was at church studio. And I said, there is this song that people are singing at the funeral. I would like to transform it into Kwaito. So I gave him the idea, and him with his skills and fingers, he transformed it into one of the best Kwaito of 2005.
He was one of the producers that worked on my Bulletproof album, which of course led to me winning many awards that night at the Numbers in 2016. And this award that I'm holding here is Best R&B and Singer Bulletproof. And this was a song we worked on with Arafat.
Working with him, he's so creative. He can give you any sound that you want, and he also he's also a producer that produces the sound that you want, and then he's also like composing at the same times, like you're doing this the whole thing together.
In my musical career as an artist, firstly, Arafat is the very foundation of what I did in music. I could not have done anything in music if it was not for Arafat.
I was the first member of, Ethnics. We started Ethnics, me and him together. And Esho joined later in 2013. Yeah, and we worked on a lot of songs. He's the reason why we went to perform at the Namas first.
We went in his studio and we just finally got the sound that we wanted, We used to listen to Arafat's hit songs, and then we just picked a day, and then we thought come on, let's visit Arafat's studio. And it was a really good experience.
He was widely known as one of the most influential producers and was currently working on a new project called Arapiano.
It's basically an Amapiano album. We have been working on it since last year. So it was just the mixing and mastering process, basically. So.
Well, Arafat, sure. He was the first person to actually give me my first software in terms of music production. And I remember at the time we were using Reason. He came to my place and he gave me Reason 4. And when he gave me that software, that's when I started playing around with it. At the time, I didn't know anything about production.
Arafat, we've been so close, We've worked together. I've learned a lot. Personally, I've learned a lot from Arafat, especially when it comes to mixing, and some scales that I learned from him on the keyboard. I'm also a keyboard player. I play keyboard, and a lot, especially on effects that I didn't know. You used to say, "Now, okay, when you mix this effect, when you mix this voice, do it this way, do it that way, do it." It was not really a selfish.
Arafat has taught me a lot in the music production. Arafat was one of the most talented guy producer in Namibia. Arafat was very focused in his music production. He has done a lot in the music production.
Former CEO of NASCAM John Marks says Muhure's contribution to the industry will be remembered for years to come, and his legacy will continue to inspire future generations of musicians and producers.
Arafat has contributed so massive to the Namibian music industry. I cannot imagine going forward without Arafat. his touch, his special touch to the Namibian music. It's really sad to learn that he's no more.
Serafiana Dunya, NBC News, Windhoek.